One thing I'm going to say though, that's just an overall piece of advice when you're putting these plans together, and it's more of a drafting concern, but it does really matter for liability, and it matters for kind of how people judge these things on the back and kind of on the back end. Avoid language that is going to say things like best effort, or we're going to do as best as possible. Anything like that that's probably not the case, because not all of your employees are going to do that. If we're being frank, use words instead like reasonable efforts, whatever practicable, whenever possible. Give yourself a little bit of leeway there to acknowledge that these people that are implementing these plans are still human, and they're not going to be perfect, and it's not every day going to be best effort. It might be on August 10th when you start. I'll bet you money it's probably not the same on September 20th. All right, so with that being the case, make sure you're giving yourself just, I'm not going to call it gray area, but I'm going to say a little bit of wiggle room. Don't say, you're going to do the best you can every single day, because that written plan later, when you get called to the carpet, whether that's in a lawsuit or something else, that's what they're going to fight to.
Yeah, so Chris, what I'm hearing you say is something kind of like, what standard of care are they going to give the students? I mean, I know they're not, being measured in the standard of care way that we think about, some professions being measured in liability scenarios, but things like we will endeavor to do something instead of we shall or we will, go through the entire plan after you get it all written and soften up that language. Take out the word best effort, shall, to me, to be removed entirely, always.
Absolutely.
Those types of things.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's reasonable effort. It's practical effort. It's practicable. It's stuff that you're gonna do what you need to do, but not every day is best effort. That's just not humanly possible. And we don't need to put in writing that we're going to do something that's not humanly possible.